All right. So, hi everyone. My name is Cindy Nguyen. I was told I could talk a little bit about my pitch, and then I'll go into my poem. So, essentially, I'm creating family notes. It's a conversation toolkit to help inspire multi-generational, multilingual conversation between family members. As a kid, I wanted to have so many conversations, but I didn't know where to start. I didn't know how to channel all these questions I had into a sentence that wasn't just why. Why are you here? Why are we here? Who am I? You know, there was just so much. So essentially I'm creating something really small. It's a little booklet form. I've made and published small booklet forms before, and it's gonna fit in your pocket. You can flip through it. It's embracing nonlinear narrative, non-dominant narrative, where you can just start conversations with your loved ones, starting something as simple as who is your childhood friend, what's your favorite color, what were some of your biggest challenges coming to America, or what does the meaning of home mean to you? And I'm starting with the Vietnamese American community because that's where I identify with, and I want it to be bilingual. I'm hoping to expand this greater into not just a collection of stories, but I really, truly, honestly believe that conversation is a creative act. And when partaking in conversation, you really are truly given a gift. And for me, at times I felt burdened with that story. I didn't know what to do with it. So what I've been doing is taking those pieces and making art. And as you know, all as writers, writing is a tremendously powerful act of reauthoring, of creating narrative of something that was either untranslatable or inexplicable into words. So part of this toolkit will also be a set of resources on film, podcasts, audio, video, poetry, to inspire people who felt like they didn't have a voice to communicate. So that's my film notes. I will send out a link about this project, and most importantly, I really want to hear your opinions, your ideas about conversation starters that really worked for you, or maybe conversations that you wish you had a chance to have with your loved one. And you can email me at misreading, misreadingart@gmail.com, and I'll also send out a link. All right, thank you.
Poem. Do it.
So the second part of this is I'm actually going to read something that I created from a conversation with my father as a way of processing, essentially having to witness surveillance footage of him getting robbed at gunpoint and having to be testimony to the police about the incident. So a bit of a switch. All right. Bring this closer. Okay. So we hover around the curved glass of the monitor. Its blue light washes over my brother and sister's faces, innocent and focused. I squeeze between my siblings and shove from my face the static strands in my hair. With a few soft clicks and precise movements, my brother maneuvers the mouse to bring up the surveillance footage name 02041999.mov. My fingers mechanically twist the worn metal clasp, my red bed purse, a nervous twitch that returned around the months of January to February, when Lunar New Year's invited family gatherings, gambling, and lucky money gifts. This year's bounty was a proud $8.32. I squint at the black and white thumbnail image. My round, unsure eyes discern what appears to be the laundromat, a quiet thief in the night. It snatched my parents away every Sunday before Mass, early mornings before we prepared for school, and late nights after we went to bed. For the past 3 months, I had begged them to let me come along to help. But unlike the garment factory, the restaurant, the daycare, I was not allowed to follow my parents on their second, third, fourth job at the laundromat because they said the neighborhood was too dangerous. Instead, I imagined with a childlike wonder that place my parents referred to in broken English as Gone Blondie. The sounds of that ringed master keys formed a familiar jingle, entering my half-dream, half-awake state each night, that signaled my father returning home. On lucky weekends, I sat on a wooden stool and observed my father tinker with a broken coin-operated mechanical horse. One day, the worn-out horse came back to life. Giggling, I climbed up and down its repainted blue back, greedily shoving my coins into the slot, knowing that my father would open up the coin bank with his keys to retrieve my coins. It was the ultimate game of no risk, only reward, over and over and over. My brother brought home for me the fragmented personal effects of laundromat life: an abandoned earring missing its pair, a tangled necklace possibly 14 karat, a foreign coin maybe from France. I cherished each of these trinkets, pried from the machine's link catch, each imbued with my father's quiet affection, but also with the mystique of stolen stories from strange places far away. 2301. My brother clicks the triangle play button. That mysterious magical place stretches across the 13-inch monitor rendered in blurry black and white silent stills. A pixelated tranquil landscape. The mechanical horse sits in its corner, aisles of laundry machines, an empty metal basket on its side. A figure appears in a stilted stop motion of 5 frames per second. It's my father. 2302. My father's voice pulls us back into the reality of our task at hand. On the computer desk sits a chewed number 2 pencil and a free notepad that reads, David Pham Real Estate. We find your home and make it home. Xem kỹ đi con gì thì viết xuống, cho ba bằng tiếng Anh để cho cảnh sát biết. Watch closely, children. See if there is anything important to write down in English so Dad can give information to the police. I inch closer to the screen, intrigued by the image of my father rendered in choppy black and white movements. He bends over to clean the machines, I think, or maybe he found something in the lint catch for me. 2303. I blink and the scene transforms. My father stands stiff and upright, hands in the air, still clutching a cloth. No longer alone, he is surrounded by a darkness I do not comprehend. 2303, take 1. My brother pauses the scene and replays it again and again. My well-trained brain quiets my pounding heart with a categorical logic of explanation. 3 masked figures, armed robbery, Thursday night. 2303, take 2. My mind floats far away, falling into a fantastical rendition of sounds, colors, abstractions of the surveillance scene. From an aerial distance, I hear my father's humming sweetly while cleaning the machines. A sudden crescendo and abrupt silence, hurried steps, aghast, muffled commands to hand over the money. 2303, take 3. I imagine his first sounds to be that familiar, no, come, an exasperated croak that escaped whenever my father was flustered and slipped between Vietnamese and English. 2303, take 4. Cut scene to the black shiny gun. Cut to his eyes tearing up, his hands shaking. Cut to a cloth sack that appears out of nowhere marked with a green dollar sign. Action, background music, and the expectation of a heroic climax of justice delivered in Technicolor. 2304. I blink and the dark figures are gone, but the darkness remains. In the silent black and white shadows, my father stands alone again, shoulders slumped and hands empty. He bends over, picks up the fallen cloth, and resumes his cleaning. 2305. My brother right-clicks the video file and renames it Ba, which means father. Thanks.